As we dive even deeper into understanding the repeating patterns of our self-judgment, it becomes interesting to see which archetypes or types of inner critic that resonate most strongly with you. Often these critics mirror authority figures from your past or present. This can be individuals whose feedback has significantly shaped your self-perception. For example, imagine seeking feedback, direction or validation or support from a parental figure during your formative years. If this guidance was consistently delivered in a critical or less than positive manner, it likely has had an impact on your internal dialogue. And so, these repeated interactions can deeply influence how we see ourselves and interact with the world around us. Often these voices become firmly embedded inside of our minds. For me, this has presented itself in a struggle at times to feel worthy without having deserved it. This may have started from my early childhood, where I may have gone without much feelings of feeling recognized or validated unless I performed or achieved something big as a prerequisite for getting those needs of mine met. Accompanying these internalized voices are usually negative emotions, especially if the feedback was primarily critical. Identifying both the tone but also the nature of this inner critic is essential for creating a much deeper awareness of what is truly going on inside of us, and then also for challenging these voices with much more supportive and compassionate voices. In our exploration of inner critics, we identify 7 distinct types, each with very unique impacts on our well-being. So let's get into it. Number 1 is the perfectionist, and it continuously drives you towards unattainable standards. This critic wants nothing less than perfection, and if you're not perfect, you will fail. Second is the inner controller, and it attempts to manage and also suppress your natural impulses, aiming to avoid potential failures at all costs. This overcontrol breeds a sense of guilt and self-loathing, and it also stifles your true desires and what you actually want. Number 3 is the workhorse. The workhorse pushes you to work incessantly, always trying to prove your worth through endless toil. This critic leaves absolutely no room for enjoyment or satisfaction and often pushes you towards a feeling of burnout. Number 4 is the suppressor. It's driven by a fear of failure, and it discourages you from ever trying new strategies or ever stepping outside your comfort zone, resulting in you feeling like you're stagnating and you also potentially becoming depressed over time. Number 5 is the destroyer, and it is steeped in shame and guilt. It convinces you that you're fundamentally different and do not belong in society, and it fosters horrible feelings of isolation and driving you towards self-sabotage, always making sure that you mess up. Number 6 is the guilt tripper, and it obsesses over past failures, past mistakes, past times where you didn't do as well as you needed to. And it always fosters these feelings of regret and never feeling happy because you feel like you do not deserve it. You can never make up for all the mistakes that you have encountered up until this point unless you make yourself feel bad. And the last one, number 7, is the adapter, and it is motivated by a desire for acceptance. It compels you to always continuously change yourself to fit the expectations of everyone else around you. And this constant adaptation can lead to you feeling lonely and lacking a solid, defined self-identity because you never got to recognize it or to create it. It is what we usually call a people pleaser. By actually recognizing these critics and understanding their impact, you can start to replace the very harsh narratives that they come with responses that are much more supportive and understanding and that you have chosen. This recognition, therefore, is not just a necessary, but a vital step toward transforming you and how you relate to yourself, but also making this internal dialogue a whole lot better.